Peace Collective. What is going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, we're going to get into another deep dive today. As you can tell by the title, we're going to look into the energy around Kelsey Harris. If you guys are ever interested in readings that look more into celebrity culture, entertainment industry, social media stuff, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series. That's where you can find more readings just like this one. If y'all are ever interested in personals, I do offer them. All the information is going to be in the description box down below, like always. Just as a quick disclaimer, you guys, this is not a fan page. This is not a stan page or anything of the sort. Everything in this reading is alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only, okay? If you guys don't like what I'm saying, you don't like the person we're talking about today, you don't like the topic, it's okay to just click off the reading. It's really no big deal, all right? All I ask is that you guys keep it respectful. If you do decide to get in the comments with others and with me, okay, keep it cute. That is all I ask. If you guys do like the reading, you guys resonate with the message here, you like the vibes here on the channel, leave a like on the video. It is absolutely free to do so. Let me know what you know. I love interacting with you guys. Subscribe if you have not already. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family, okay? But yeah, I'm sure if you clicked on this reading, then you know exactly who we're talking about. I feel like this is the most quiet person out of the entire situation. Kelsey is kind of MIA right now, at least as far as I'm concerned. If anybody has heard or seen anything, where's Waldo? Okay. Carmen fucking San Diego, is that cartoon's name, right? Shorty is missing in action. So I don't know why, but I was just intuitively drawn to read her for some reason. I don't know why. I've never tapped into her energy before. At least I don't think so. But with everything going on with Tori, Megan kind of shitting bricks, it feels like, and her lawyers putting out whole fucking PowerPoints to prove a point that should have already been proven in court. It's just a lot going on, okay? But she kind of seems to be missing in action, it seems like. So we're going to tap in and see what's going on with Miss Kelsey over here. All I'm hearing right now is just shaking my head, like shaking my head. Kelsey, Kelsey, Kelsey. But let's see what's going on with you. I'm going to keep it real short and sweet and to the point. I'm going to try not to hang around in this energy for too long if I can help it. We're going to start with some oracles and then we'll get into the tarot a little bit later in the reading to clarify. You guys know how I do if y'all are familiar with the channel. Okay, I've got a Queen of Pentacles here to represent her, being that she is a Virgo, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so and honestly, you guys, before I even came onto the reading, I usually will sit and do a meditation before I start any reading. I didn't really feel anything. Like, it felt very blank. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt very just like a void, just not a whole lot going on. Okay, which would kind of make sense being that she's been very quiet and kind of MIA. Maybe outside of a few Instagram posts, you know? So I was also getting this vision in my meditation of like somebody digging like a hole, or like digging some type of hole in the ground, but it looked like they were either digging out or trying to put in the hole, like look like gold coins of some sort. So I don't know, something about money can be important, hiding money. I don't know what that has to do with anything. It didn't make sense in the moment. So if it comes out in the reading for whatever reason, then we'll see how it makes sense. But let's get right into this. If somebody wants to timestamp the reading, you are more than welcome to. Thank you very, very much ahead of time. But let's see. What is the current energy, please, when it comes to Kelsey Harris at this time? What is the current energy at this time when it comes to Kelsey Harris, please? Oh, okay. I have envy showing up for the first card. That's interesting. It says resentful, competitive, and discontent. So I would assume when somebody is discontent, they may not be too happy or too pleased with a particular situation or a particular person. Okay, resentful. When you have resentment in your heart, you're still holding on to something, right? Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on a minute. My bad, guys. If y'all are familiar with my readings, you guys know when I'm about to get into a message that's kind of deep or a little heavy, or I start to channel very heavily, my allergies start to kick my ass. Okay, so please bear with me if my voice or my nose starts to sound a little nasally. Okay, my apologies, but it's already acting up. I'm only 1 card in, but let's continue. What is this energy about, please, when it comes to Kelsey Harris? Thank you. Okay, family is showing up. Okay, it says blood ties and inner circle. What I'm getting here, I will say, because I immediately with this family card got referred to 1501 for some reason. I just saw 555 on the timer. Maybe that number sequence could be significant to her in a particular way, shape, or form. But yes, we know Kelsey has built a family. She's married now. She has a little baby. Congratulations, right? And she did an interview with, I want to say it's called the Danza Project. I'm really not sure. They did an interview on YouTube, and so she made it very clear how she's doing her own thing and she has businesses set up. So, you know, more power to her for doing that. But I don't know why I immediately was drawn to 1501 more specifically, which I guess when you're involved with like a record label and have connections and stuff like that, that may be considered a like your business, quote unquote, family or whatever. Okay, but it says blood ties and inner circle. But that, you know, family, that can be very broad. So let's continue. What is it about, please? Ooh, too many cards, but burned bridges is the one that flipped over. Lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. Okay, so with this, I feel like she could be not so satisfied with maybe even people around her in her own circle, whether that be family, friends, people she thought were her friends. Burn bridges. So it looks like she's cutting ties with certain people, or she doesn't really trust a lot of people at this time is what I'm seeing, especially when it comes to people in like her inner circle. Either that or people in her inner circle may not trust her for real. Okay, it could be one way or the other, but I feel like it's more so her not trusting a lot of people at this time, even people that were closest to her. Okay, what is this, please? Huh, wow. Suffering in silence. I don't like when this card comes out. Unspoken desires, real feelings, and broken dreams. So again, that goes back to the empty kind of quietness I was feeling in the short meditation I did. So literally suffering in silence, when you are holding on to a lot inside, but you're not saying much, not sharing it with anybody, keeping it all bottled up to yourself, you know? Here goes that feminine energy at the bottom of the deck, okay? She is a mom. She could be really stressed out right now, is what I'm getting with this. Okay, my allergies are acting up. Maybe like, as I'm channeling, I don't know if Kelsey suffers from some type of allergies as well. Maybe she's sick or something. I don't know, but my allergies are like on 10 right now. It's driving me nuts. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna switch decks in a second. I'm gonna get a couple of more of these, but there's a lot here that she's not saying that she wants to say, is what I'm seeing with this, but she doesn't trust anybody to even tell it to. Especially not the public, okay? If she doesn't really trust people in her own circle, she's definitely not going to share whatever she's feeling or holding on to in her heart with the public, okay? Hold on a second, guys. All right, I'm back, but let's continue. Yeah, let's see. What's going on, please? Ooh, wow. Love affair? Wow, okay. Dirty little secret, sex fix, and down low. Now, that's interesting. Okay, and I'm not gonna just sit here and say, oh yeah, she's having a love affair. No, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, so let's not take that and run with it, you guys. But the first thing it says is dirty little secret. So there's something here again that she's really holding on to. that she's not sharing or saying anything about. Okay, what is this? Two more of these or one more, and we're going to move to the next deck, you guys. Hopeful, inspired, optimistic, and success. Okay. Masculine energy. Okay, authority, discipline, and father figure. Oh, wow. This is showing up underneath burned bridges. So, allegedly, guys, again, entertainment purposes only, she could be having a bit of a disconnect with the masculine energy in her life, okay? If I'm not mistaken, my condolences. I believe Kelsey's father is no longer here with us, okay? Again, definitely sending my condolences if that is the case, if I'm not mistaken. So the masculine energy in her life I'm being directed to is her husband more so, okay? And this is showing up underneath burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. So, and with love affair coming out, that's really interesting. I'm not going to sit on that because that's very personal, but some type of secrecy or something here that's not being shared between the two could be, or something that was found out or discovered could have created some type of burned bridge here of some sort. Okay, but she's still trying to be very optimistic. She's trying to be very hopeful here, is what I'm seeing. Can we get one more of these, please? Okay, antisocial. Yeah, in your feelings. Silent treatment and left out. So she's definitely like in hermit mode for real. I mean, yeah, she's a Virgo, which is hermit energy, but I mean, geez. This is giving me isolating from everybody and kind of everything. Or people are leaving her out, making her feel isolated. But I feel like this is more so her doing this, okay? She could have been really hurt or heartbroken at this time about a lot of different things, you know? Because it's funny because I'm not even really, as a medium, you guys, I'm channeling. So the cards really just help kind of direct the reading and make it organized. But I feel like it's more personal stuff that's kind of in her energy a lot versus what a lot of people may think she's thinking about a lot. Okay, when it comes to Megan and Tori and all of that. Yes, obviously she thinks about that, but it's like there's a lot of personal stuff going on here. And it could be in relation to that. People breaking away from her or leaving her out, her creating distance, again, her suffering in silence here because of some type of secret here that she's been holding on to. Okay, well, let's see. I have a specific deck that I really wanted to use for her with the True Crime Oracle, so I'm definitely going to get into that in a minute, but I just want to get a couple of these True Emotional cards really quick. Let's see what else comes out for her, okay? Let's see, because I didn't really have a specific direction for this reading. It's just whatever comes out, you guys, okay? Yeah, she's got a lot on her mind, a lot on her heart right now that is leaving her kind of in a very discontent space is what I'm seeing. Okay, what is this about, please? What's her energy when it comes to Kelsey? Ooh. Shocking news? Oh boy, what's that about? Shocking news regarding what, Kelsey? Let's see. I feel like the things she sees on like the internet, because she definitely be on the internet, you guys, okay? Whether she be quiet, incognito, maybe secret accounts, I don't know. But the stuff she be seeing online and stuff, I don't think is really too happy about. Spiritual is showing up, okay? It says chaos, ego death, downward spiral, and spiritual awakening. Wow. Okay. So she can be really going through it. It's kind of almost, this card, this spiritual awakening card, it always makes me feel as if someone is being kind of broken down to the very, very like final fibers of themselves to be rebuilt into like a newer version of themselves or a better version of themselves with that ego death energy. Okay, could be a lot of chaos going on. Okay, what is this, please? Oh, I'm seeing my way show up. Okay, it didn't fall out, but it flipped over. Selfish, stubborn, arrogant pride and ego. That's interesting. Okay, what is this about, please, when it comes to Kelsey at this time? Love and hate. Okay, so she could have a love-hate relationship with this masculine energy that's in her life that's showing up in this reading. Jackass. Wow, okay. I'm getting drawn to this energy of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know why that's coming up specifically, but she may not know what to do about whatever this is she's holding on to, this resentment, whatever she's suffering in silence about, or not sure what to do, maybe about this lack of trust in her relationship, allegedly. What is this, please? Okay, oh, wow, feeling like shit, that's not good. Whatever this breakdown is she's going through, that is kind of sort of part of a spiritual awakening here. It could be really wearing her out, tearing her up with feeling like shit, okay? Which could be the reason why she's so MIA, antisocial, okay? Wow, interesting. What else? What's her energy, please, when it comes to Kelsey at this time? Oh, wow. Secluded, yeah. Truth, discovery, and awakening. Having an illumination. A second card here about an awakening. So if you guys have gone through your spiritual awakening or you're in the process, it can be very fucking lonely. A lot of people are not going to understand what you're going through until they go through it themselves, right? So there is a lot of time in seclusion. There is a lot of time in hermit mode. There is a lot of time in reflection, right? So it says separation, reflecting, and soul searching. So that's why I was drawn to that energy of I'm not sure what to do. It's like one part of her is telling her to go left. Another part of her is telling her to go right. And by that, I mean that there's one part of her that's telling her to go ahead and say what you need to say, speak up. Another half of her is kind of, again, holding on to something, again, resentment, or holding on to some type of like unspoken feelings here. But I just got drawn to that phrase, the truth will set you free. So whatever that truth is, Kelsey, you need to speak up and talk about. You need to go ahead and free yourself, girl. Okay, and I'm hearing Fantasia. Go ahead and free yourself. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple more of these. What is this about? Yeah, because holding on to something is not helping her. It's not making her feel better. It's not making her feel good. Okay, karmic lesson is showing up here. Yeah, and a karmic lesson is, it will whoop your ass until you learn the lesson, okay? And apply it accordingly. Wow. All right, what's this, please? This whole experience, I feel like, has been a giant karmic lesson over the last few years. And it seems like either like karma or the universe is kind of really dragging her through the mud. Emotionally, spiritually, all of that. Okay, I have unemployed, bad credit, and debt. Okay, I don't think like literally broke or unemployed, debt, okay? That's giving me more so feeling emotionally depleted, emotionally kind of bankrupt, you know? Again, pulling away from everybody, isolation, seclusion. I'm hearing the word rejection. Okay? When you're emotionally detached from somebody, you can be emotionally bankrupt or something, you know? Literally emotionally unavailable. Let me get one more of these, please. Turning your back. Wow. I will say, though, she acts very carefree about stuff. Or at least she's very good at that. I don't know what her moon sign is, her rising sign, or anything like that. All I know is, or at least if I'm not mistaken, is that she's a Virgo. But acting very unbothered, but then it's like in the same breath a few minutes ago you had feeling like shit. So yeah, she's got a lot of feelings that she's holding on to about a lot of different things. Let's see. Yeah, bumping heads just fell out. There could be a lot of fighting and arguing going on in her household or with her loved ones. Okay. A lot of anxiety. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into another deck. Let's see what else is going on. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. All right, my bad, guys. I'm back. But yeah, I feel like she's kind of whatever this karmic lesson she's learning or going through. It's like causing her to really kind of turn her back on a lot of people around her right now. Oh boy, I want to get into another deck because I have a deck that I really wanted to get into. I normally don't always use it, but it's called the True Crime Oracle. Okay, I've used this one in the last couple of deep dives that I did, but I don't always get into it. But I specifically wanted to get into this one with her today. For sure. Like, I knew immediately before I hit record or anything like that. I was like, yep, I got to get into this True Crime Oracle, considering the situation, right? But yeah, it seems like she really just tries not to pay any mind at all. She tries to act very unbothered about the whole Tori and Meg thing, but I feel like it does still bother her a lot, like, obviously. Okay, I can only imagine. Just because you don't say anything doesn't mean that it's not existent, you know? What is current energy, please, when it comes to Kelsey Harris? Or how does she feel regarding this entire situation, please? When it comes to Tori and Megan. What's the current energy when it comes to Kelsey, please? Okay, missing. Yeah, didn't I already say it's like she's missing in action? Literally MIA. Okay, looks like a picture of an envelope kind of just on the ground in some sort of alley. Okay, a missing letter, a missing note. I'm hearing like a missing piece of evidence, a missing piece of a puzzle or something. Oh, wow. Meeting just fell out. I wasn't even done shuffling, but meeting. Okay, and it looks like, this is so interesting because it looks like some type of board meeting or a meeting with like executives or a bunch of like content creators, because every single one of them has a laptop or they're on a cell phone, a tablet. Okay. Oh, wow. A secret meeting of some sort. Yeah, look, celebrity. And if you guys really look at this card, does this kind of almost in a weird way sort of kind of remind you of Tori? Like, that almost kind of looks like him. Yes, he would be considered a celebrity. Yeah, male. Okay, but something happened here in a meeting. And I was going to say, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Kelsey did her interview with like the prosecution team or whatever maybe a couple of months before the trial started. So, and that story was just so, it was weird. It was so weird. It was like, I don't remember exactly, obviously, verbatim everything that she said, but it sounded, personally to me, like when I heard it, it sounded very like rehearsed or like, I don't know, it just didn't sound genuine, didn't sound real for me, okay? And then when she got on the stand, it kind of didn't, she was trying to make it seem as though she was lying and she wasn't being honest in that interview with the prosecution team, you know, at the police station or wherever they did it. Okay, it was recorded and everything, but before the trial, and it's like at the trial, oh, that, you know, that wasn't true when I said it. I feel like, again, like I already said, it could have been rehearsed or she was told to say that. Okay, I'm being drawn to Desiree Perez immediately for some reason with this meeting card. I just feel like she was part of the plot in a way, basically. I just feel like Kelsey was kind of part of the plot with this meeting energy showing up. Okay, oh, wow, cover up. Look at that. The amount of times as I used this deck, I've never seen this card show up. What is this? Crime of passion. Wow. I saw this card in the pre-shuffle. You have couple at the bottom. Oh, Lord. Lies. Jeez Louise. Couple and lies. Okay, this looks like somebody playing with a bunch of cards, a magician. And the couple, I'm not exactly sure who this couple would be referring to. Obviously, we know Kelsey is now married at this point. Wow. Mind control, social media, spouse, partner. Interesting. So again, one of the very first cards I had come out was family. So I did mention how some of the stuff on social media she sees, it kind of just, she just be like, wow about it sometimes. But what I'm seeing here with this is the people she's connected to. Didn't I bring up 1501 and all of them or whatever? People that she's connected to, or she was connected to, but maybe she's not connected to anymore. I do think they have some type of hand in like what narrative is being said on the internet. Okay, mind control and social media. Something here about a partner or a spouse, a couple here is showing up twice. And lies, cover up. To what? Lie and cover up a crime of passion. Right? So that's very interesting. And my channels are acting up again. Like my ears almost feel like they have to pop. My eyes are watering. My nose is very stuffy right now. If you guys know what a crime of passion is, that's like when you hurt somebody or delete somebody because of maybe like, again, an act of passion. It's like you are acting out of rage or emotion, out of love for this person, quote unquote, right? Or somebody that you really love hurt you to the core. So considering Kelsey and Megan had a altercation, right? It's very obvious that there was a fight. They just kept trying to deny it in the trial. But it was very obvious that there was a fight. Witness testimony, the witness that had nothing to do with either of them, I think his name was Sean Kelly, said that there was a physical fight, an altercation. Okay. The photos of Kelsey's body after that night were bruised up, the necklace missing, nails all broken in the street. There was a fight. Okay. And this girl that you're best friends with for the last however many years before this situation, you find out is sleeping with the guy that you were also sleeping with, and according to you, this has happened more than once already before, Tori. So that would make a lot of sense. A crime of passion, you hurting somebody, or allegedly, entertainment purposes only, pulling out a weapon against somebody who is your best friend and who has hurt you time and time again in this capacity, right? So yeah, that would be a crime of passion. A cover up with a meeting, okay? Like, come on now. Let's see, crime of passion. What is this, please? And this could be a karmic lesson. It's like, the truth shall set you free. Yeah, so what is this, please? Okay. Wow. What? Serial killer? This looks like a sniper on the top of a building somewhere. Okay. Wow. Spouse or partner? Couple is showing up again. I don't know if, I could be wrong about this, because again, I don't really know who her husband is for real, but is her husband like military or something? I feel like someone she's connected to is like involved or was involved in the military. I don't know why I'm being drawn to that. But she's got some type of connections here that is helping her in a particular fashion that I think the bridges have been burned with. Okay, serial killer. That's interesting. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but oh well, fuck it. Oh, too many cards, but let's see. I'm gonna get like one or two more of these because this is crazy. I just heard like she definitely knows how to use a gun. Allegedly. So like using a gun is not foreign to her, is what I'm hearing, allegedly. Huh. Wow, jealousy. Wouldn't that kind of go hand in hand with this crime of passion that I'm seeing here? It makes a lot of sense. The very first card I had was envy. Oh, wow. Look, man-made disaster. Looks like an airplane on fire. Something's a man-made disaster. It's because you caused it to be that way, or it was done on purpose. Wow, interesting. Ooh, boy. Legal proceedings and lies. Oh, man. Kelsey. Wow. Interesting. Legal proceedings may come out of this, allegedly. And granted, they already did. We know that the trial already passed by. Tory is kind of going through his appeal process at this time. But legal proceedings and lies? So put two and two together. Did you lie on the stand, Kelsey? Allegedly? Jealousy here could have played a factor in this situation, okay? Wow, a man-made disaster. Again, I'm getting like you kind of did this to yourself. You kind of brought this upon yourself. It didn't have to go this way. It didn't have to get this far, is what I'm hearing, okay? Wow. Lies and legal proceedings. That's interesting to come up together. Look, I'm seeing aliens. This was flipped over. I don't know why. She could be having very like strange, weird dreams or something like that. Okay. Let me get one or two more, then we'll move into the tarot. Kelsey, please. Mind control is coming up again. Okay, that's interesting. When you use mind control, that's like trying to get someone to do what you say or have control over the situation, make people believe everything that you say. Having mind control over a person. That's interesting. Making people think something that you want them to think or that you want them to believe. Wow. Jealousy is showing up again. Didn't I just shuffle? And then you have drugs and poison, okay? We know on that night that all this occurred. There was definitely drugs involved. There was definitely alcohol involved, allegedly, all right? So, yeah. Jealousy, cover-up, mind control, crime of passion. What is this, please? Abuse and neglect just tried to show up. Let me get one more. Oh, I do not want to show this card on the camera, but it says suicide. Jeez. Wow. Secret, female. Jeez. Okay. Suicide just tried to flip out as well. I don't know what that's about. I don't wish that on anybody, but that's interesting to say the least. Okay. Too many cards. My bad, y'all. Intuition is showing up. I remember this card came out during Tori's reading, the last one I did for him. His intuition, you know, really was screaming at him regarding certain things, but when you don't follow it, you know, then you're kind of left out to the wolves if you don't follow your intuition. I'll leave that here. Okay, what is this about? Let me get one more, please. Intuition and cover-up and meeting. Yeah, I feel like her intuition, or like the higher version of herself, is trying to tell her to go one way, and there's another side of her that's telling her to go another. So again, like I said a little while ago, it's like she doesn't know which way to go, what to do necessarily. Okay, and home is showing up, surveillance. So she could feel like she's being watched, or she could be very fucking paranoid about being watched. She could have like a lot of like security cameras and stuff around her home, just for like some type of like more protection or something like that. Considering this is a very high profile case, you know, people are crazy out here, so I get it. And yeah, it's like she looks like she spends a lot of time at home or something like that, or on the low, very low key type of individual is what I'm seeing here. I'm being drawn to say like being nervous or paranoid to go outside, but I don't want to just say that she's paranoid or nervous to go outside, but that's kind of the energy I get. It's like her intuition be telling her to like stay home, don't do this, don't do that, but to the point where it kind of gets like, okay, like girl, you haven't been outside in almost 2 weeks. What's going on? You know? So extreme paranoia here or something like that is what I'm getting with this intuitively. And then shocking news and cover up. And what I want to say is like, girl, you might as well go ahead and say what you need to say before it comes out the hard way, you know? I don't know. Something here was covered up, and it's her intuition is telling her to do one thing, but her ego and her pride is telling her to do another. So that's not good. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on a minute. All right, I'm back, y'all. I apologize for the small like little interruptions in the middle of the reading, but my channels are like completely off whack right now. It seems like my ears are popping every 2 seconds. My eyes are watery. My nose is all stuffy. So there's a lot going on here. It's a lot going on here is what I'm getting with this. Yeah, I almost feel bad, but I really kind of don't feel bad either, you know? Like something is really eating her ass up. You know, again, one of the cards I got, feeling like shit. Like, that's not good. First card for you shouldn't be fucking being discontent or envious, resentful, holding on to a lot of resentment here. Okay? So I'm going to move into the tarot, you guys. If this is making any sense to y'all, you resonate with this, definitely leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you have not already. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family. Please feel free to get in the comments as long as you guys keep it respectful. Let me know what you know, okay? But this particular tarot deck I'm using, it can be read in the reverse or the upright. So if it falls out in the reverse, I'm going to leave it that way, all right? But let's see. This energy, please, when it comes to Kelsey Harris at this time. Okay, 6 of Swords in the upright. Transition, exit, move beyond, leaving behind, releasing baggage. So that can be an energy of walking away from something that was very tumultuous. Okay, a rough situation into much more calmer shores, calmer waters, if not traveling. Okay. Leaving behind. Again, I had a card that literally said turning your back. So she tries her best to kind of just walk away and leave the situation alone. I just heard the phrase scot-free, like when you walk away from something scot-free. That's kind of what happened here, is what I'm seeing with this 6 of Swords. It's kind of like when you think something is left in the past and then it comes back up out of nowhere. Yeah, okay, what is this, please? 6 of Pentacles in the upright as well. Okay, giving, receiving, generosity, charity. She could need some type of help or assistance financially or something. That's like reciprocity, equal give and take. Okay, what is this? 2 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, procrastinate, poor planning, plans falling apart, playing it safe. Yeah, so you remember how I said earlier, like she could be a little paranoid or she stays home a lot, allegedly. Okay, so when she was on that podcast, though, she made it seem like she had a lot going on for herself, which could be very fucking true. You know, I'm not in her fucking shoes, you know. I'm not in her fucking pockets. I'm not her bank account. So I'm not here to talk. It's not about that. But it seems like there are certain things that maybe she wants to do, certain plans that she wants to make, but she plays it very safe and keeps things very close to home. Okay, it's giving like she wants to branch out, but she can't, or she feels like she can't. Interesting. Okay, which I get it. That makes sense considering this high profile case and people not believing shit and you holding on to some type of secrecy here. Yeah, I can see how you would want to just play it safe. I get it. But yeah, Two of Wands is like plans falling apart, not making progress to move forward, not making a decision. Okay, what's this about, please? When it comes to Kelsey, Four of Swords and the upright is showing up. Libra energy. Okay, rest, retreat, new start, recovery. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she spends a lot of time in isolation, in hermit mode. Four of Swords can talk about needing rest, needing sleep, meditation, withdrawal, reflection, relaxation. Okay, and look at this. Two of Swords, a blocked energy, another Libra card. So she's blocked out her intuition. She's not listening to her intuition. Like I already said, you guys, her intuition is telling her to go left, while her ego and pride is telling her to go right. And this Two of Swords being in denial, not wanting to see something clearly, blocking out your intuition, indecision, confusion. I already mentioned that earlier, okay? So it seems as though she could be spending a lot of time, a lot more time these days, currently in some type of seclusion or isolation or contemplation here on whether or not, again, should I go left? Should I go right? Wow, interesting. Okay, what is it about, please? Two of Pentacles, yeah, in the reverse, overwhelmed, chaotic, imbalanced, disorganized. Again, an energy of confusion, not knowing what to do. Death card, Scorpio, Three of Wands. Yeah, she thought she could turn her back on something. She thought that she could move on, broaden her horizons without facing some type of, wow, okay, I was going to say facing her demons here or facing some type of karma. Like, no, you can't spread your wings right now. You can't, like I already said, there's certain things that she wants to do, a lot of plans that she has in action, but she can't get past a certain threshold, or she feels like she can't expand. You know, no, you cannot pass go and collect your $200 No, with this death card here, because you thought that you could turn your back on something and again, ride off into the sunset, scot fucking free, and the universe said no. Okay, I just got referred to Jamie Foxx. You know how the Jamie Foxx show, he'd be like, that's what the universe did to her ass. Okay, death card and the Three of Wands. Like, no, you thought, because you have to handle this first. The universe is not going to give you shit until you learn this lesson and handle what you thought you could turn your back on and say fuck it to. No, it's not going to work that way. I just had a vision of Kendrick Lamar in a BET cipher. I don't know what year this was, but maybe 2013. But I'm seeing the BET cipher with him in it, like young Kendrick Lamar, and he was like, ha ha, joke's on you. That's literally what I just heard. I don't know what he was talking about in that cipher, but he like turned around and gave somebody a high five and was like, ha ha, joke's on you. That's literally what the universe is saying right now. Like, no, bitch, the joke is on you, actually. Because again, you thought you could turn away, do your own thing, expand off of this. You know, I'm hearing the word something about like getting clout. And you didn't think that it would come back around and what? Let's see, let's continue. That's not how that works. Okay, Eight of Wands and the upright is showing up. Traveling, rapid change, movement, freedom, air travels, action. So this is something that is changing or happening very swiftly here. She could be, is she moving or relocating? Allegedly, she could have already did that, moved and relocated, maybe from like her old place of residence to a new place of residence. Again, I know that her and Megan are both from Texas, so I don't know if she moved from there. I don't know, but I see definitely something here about moving and relocating. I know she did move from Texas to LA at that time frame of the incident to work with Megan. She kind of just left her apartment and everything. But I definitely see, like currently, I definitely see that she moved, or maybe she's thinking about moving, trying to move. And there's a lot of like changes here that's about to happen. Fast changes, very quickly. It's kind of like the universe kind of pulling the rug from under your feet is the energy I'm being referred to here. Like, oh shit, like that was fast or out of nowhere, you know? Look at this, please. King of Cups, she's in her feelings about something, okay? It says compassionate, considerate, supportive, generous, good leader, tolerant. So King of Cups is, again, like I already said, somebody really in their feelings. They have a lot of emotions, but they may not be the best at expressing it. Very poker face type of energy, right? But they're kind of soft like a Pop-Tart on the inside. She's holding on to a lot of feelings about this. She tries to stay very strong, though. Like I said way earlier in the reading, she's very good at acting like, you know, yeah, like I'm over that. I'm not thinking about it anymore. Fuck that. Fuck this. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing my big one. You know, I'm in a better place now. But internally, it's like she's hurt on the inside. Look, Queen of Cups in the reverse at the bottom. Okay, insecure, moody, withdrawn. Didn't I say before she's very secluded from a lot of people right now, suffering in silence, okay, overwhelming, codependent. How do you go from the King of Cups in the upright? Again, you act like it, but in reality, here you are. King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, because look, Three of Swords, heartbreak, breakup, loss, grief, depression, love triangle, emotional pain. Now, maybe that's what that love affair energy was, because, again, I was getting more so referred to her personal situation, like at this current time, but that could also refer to the literal kind of sort of love triangle, her, Megan, and Tori. So that makes a lot of sense, okay? And then I just said that's the rug being pulled from under your feet. It's the Tower card, okay? Shaken foundations, unwanted change, disaster, revelation, chaos. Okay, and I do feel like I can't help it. I keep getting referred to this. I just feel like whatever she's going through personally when it comes to her relationship, her family dynamic, allegedly, it's just making it even worse. So that could be whatever she's going through personally in her own life. Again, family, relationship related. That could be the catalyst that is triggering some type of awakening or another karmic lesson that she has to learn. And Saturn is moved into Aries. If you guys don't know that, okay, Saturn is a planet of karma. Saturn is a planet of discipline, time. So it's now moved into Aries. Shit is about to speed up, okay? Taking action on things. And with again, Saturn being related to like discipline and karma, it's like your karma is kicking her ass right now. And I feel like it's high speed ahead. Maybe her Saturn placement is in Aries. I don't know why I'm even being drawn to that, but I don't think the universe is taking this lightly with her at all. And again, whatever happened in her personal situation is triggering her. And with all this stuff coming up again about Tori and Megan showing resurfacing again, it's like her spirit is torn into two places. Should I just go ahead and surrender, or should I just keep my pride and ego in the fucking way and not get anywhere? It's kind of what I'm getting with this. Sorry for being a little long-winded, but I hope this makes sense, you guys. Let's continue. Well, I'll keep these. What is this? Knight of Swords and the Six of Cups. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up, okay? The Six of Cups has to do with your past. So it's like the past is rearing its ugly head in her life right now. Literally, on a completely different scale than it was before. Like, if y'all thought with the trial stuff, you thought that was broadcast before. Yeah, it was online, it was on social media, it was everywhere. But now it's gotten to fucking national news. You've got fucking Chris Cuomo on his show talking about this. Like, are you serious? Like, this shit is on a whole nother. You've got state representatives speaking out about this. Like, this is on a whole nother tier now. So with this Six of Cups, Scorpio energy, yeah, her past is coming back to bite her in the ass right now. And this Knight of Swords, she's not happy about it. Very discontent about it. competitive, driven to succeed, change of lifestyle, fast thinking, defending your beliefs. Okay, the Knight of Swords can also be either like an act of violence or somebody rushing in to communicate, rushing in to say something. It's like a sense of urgency. Okay, and this Six of Cups, again, is things from your past. Yeah, look, Page of Swords. It's being talked about all over again. People are starting to see things clearly. People are more curious, asking more fucking questions. She's being looked into again. Page of Swords is surveillance. There's definitely something here that was on camera. And I don't know if y'all remember, but to go back to that interview she did, maybe last year, I think it was. Again, I think the name of the platform was the Danza Project, but didn't she say out of her mouth, well, if there is a video or something, you know how people make AI, it's fake this, it's fake that. It's probably AI. Like, girl, why would you even have to say that? So people tell on themselves all the fucking time. They really do. And I think she did right there without even realizing. She told on herself right there in a very subtle, small way. Okay? Thirst for knowledge, energetic, curiosity, new ideas. And it's funny because we are in a new moon in Gemini, at least at the time I'm recording this reading. This is a perfect example of that. Page of Swords, finding out new information. Okay? Again, people being more curious, looking into this from other angles. A totally different sector of people looking into this, okay? I know not everybody's a fan of that whole, the Republican MAGA movement or whatever, but these people are on their ass, okay? The Star card. Hope, calm, clarity, inspiration, spirituality. I get with this, it's like her it's like she's blocking her own blessings. Her stubbornness and like the ego, the pride being in the way is blocking her own blessings. And also paranoia, fear, okay? What is this? The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this would be her energy. Suffocating, nagging, materialistic, jealousy, okay? Very, very first card I had out was envy, home or work conflict, okay? Wow. Queen of Wands in the reverse as well, followed by the Ace of Swords. So whatever she's holding on to, some type of truth or something on her mind, it's making her feel apathy. It's making her feel aggressive, maybe toward other people, insecure. She's being very selfish, allegedly, okay? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Frivolous, setbacks, false success, and having to hustle. And the Queen of Wands in the reverse again. So this is giving me, again, somebody like who has all the potential in the world. They got a lot of goals and aspirations, a lot of dreams. But you are literally blocking your own blessings here. And karma is whooping your ass. Like, it's not going to let you go that fucking easy is what I'm seeing. Okay, her money and her finances could be being affected right now, allegedly. Again, I did have a card that said bad credit and debt. Okay, but that's the universe's way of showing you a lesson. It's like if you didn't get it one way, you didn't get it the second way, well, now I'm going to have to hit your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And the past is coming back to bite her in the ass a little bit because, again, like I said before, she thought this was all behind her, all said and done. I walked away with my immunity. I'm good. And that's just not how the cookie is crumbling. Okay, Ace of Wands in the upright. Inspiration, beginnings, new opportunities, growth. Okay, so again, it's like everything that she may have tried to plan, that she tries to do or work towards is kind of being almost halted or it'll be delayed. Okay, this Page of Swords can be a delay in communication or a false start sometimes. Yeah, so it's like, you know, you have all the potential in the world, but until you address this, the elephant in the room, nothing is going to succeed the way that you want it to. Like, seriously. And I can't help but feel like, again, her intuition is really trying to pull her in one direction, but that ego, again, maybe fear, anxiety, all that would be in relation to like the ego. It's really a battle for her, is what I'm getting with this. Okay, Knight of Cups in the reverse, manipulative, disappointment, another energy of jealousy. This is like the third or fourth time I'm seeing that. Unreliable, untrustworthy. Wow. So she feels that way about a lot of people in her life, but then I'm reading her energy, so it's like, girl, look in the mirror. Okay, like, come on now. Wow. Temperance in the reverse. It's like not being at peace. Again, another energy of imbalance, extremes, overindulgence, realignment. Sagittarius energy. So it's like someone not being at peace. You can act like it all day, but it's on the inside though. Are you really happy? Celebration, collaboration, community, friendship with the Three of Cups here in the reverse. Let me get one more, please. She could feel sometimes like that her angels and her spirit guides are not there for her. And that can be any further from the truth, but they're not going to support bullshit. You know, I just heard God doesn't bless no mess. So, I mean, come on. King of Pentacles in the upright. She's very stubborn. Very stubborn. Again, a lot of ego kind of in the way. It's the second energy I'm seeing of materialism. Okay, dependable wealth, business, security, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. So you have that, and the King of Pentacles in the upright with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So which one is it, you know? Can you clarify that, please? I just get something with this being very fucking stubborn. She could live more in her masculine energy than her feminine energy, allegedly, okay? This Seven of Wands, defense, competition, challenge, or struggle. So yeah, I already said that, like, she could be going through a bit of a weird situation with her finances right now, or they are literally blocked. Growth is literally blocked here, or it's delayed, but it's not for no reason. Okay, yeah, revelation, freedom, being caught, punishment. Seven of Swords in the reverse, that's got her in her feelings. So she's worried about something. Seven of Swords in the upright is usually someone who's sneaky, trying to get away with stuff, deception. But in the reverse, it's like, okay, you got found out, you got caught. You weren't as slick as you thought, okay? Again, Queen of Cups in the reverse. We already saw this. Insecure, moody, withdrawn. Okay, insecurity, strength card in the reverse. So again, blockages to her finances allegedly could be making her feel moody or insecure, not feeling too good. Something here coming to light, being found out about something here could be making her feel insecure, moody. Okay, like this is literally a blockage to your growth, or your financial growth at least. Very defensive energy as well. If people reach out and ask her questions about this entire situation, she gets very on guard, very defensive here. Okay. Yeah, I don't, you know, this is not really looking too hot for her, really, but I want to ask maybe one more question with a different deck. As I want to know, like, how do you really feel about your friend Megan at this point, all these years later? Okay. How does Kelsey feel when it comes to Megan at this point in time, please? How does Kelsey feel when it comes to Megan at this point in time, please? How does she actually feel when it comes to Megan at this point in time, please? Huh. Wow. Nine of Swords. So you feel like paranoia and stress about your ex-best friend. Interesting. Death card. Friendship is over with. Things have changed completely. It's not the same. Ten of Wands. How do you feel about Megan? Do you feel like this situation is a burden? I feel like Kelsey feels as though that friendship with her was a burden. She made her feel very stressed out. I'm getting she made Megan made Kelsey feel low about herself. Very insecure is what I'm seeing with this as well. And I'm getting like it was hard to be a good friend to her. Like it was hard to be her friend. Interesting. How do you feel when it comes to Megan, please, at this time? But definitely, I see stress, paranoia. This Nine of Swords can talk about restless nights, not getting a whole lot of sleep, bad dreams, headaches, stressed out. Okay, the Empress. Okay, so she feels like Megan is obviously in a higher position than Kelsey is. She's at kind of, I just heard she's at the highest she's gonna be. Allegedly, okay? King of Cups. So she could still have love for her in a way, but she's not expressive about it at all, okay? Yeah, I just heard like, I feel like I'm not saying it right, but like she's at her peak or at the height of as far as she's gonna get is what I'm hearing. That's at least is how Kelsey could view it, Megan, at this time. Doesn't have to be true, but that just could be how she feels. But let's continue. How does she feel at this time when it comes to Megan, please? The Star. Okay, that'd be Megan's energy. She's an Aquarius. Nine of Wands. Feeling very intimidated or guarded. Nine of Wands can be persistence as well. But more so I get with this is like the energy of being guarded or very defensive or almost intimidated by somebody. Okay? She's almost like intimidated by her star power or the powers that be behind her, okay? Because the Empress or the Emperor, when it comes to like these celebrity industry readings, that could be the powers that be, the higher ups, the bosses, right? She understands that they have a lot of power, a lot of control here. I still feel like she wishes her well, though, regardless. She definitely still wishes Megan well. Okay. Ooh, Knight of Swords, but she's still upset. You know, it's like, okay, like I don't fuck with you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't really like you like that, but I don't wish you any harm. I don't wish you any bad. You know what I'm saying? But this Knight of Swords, it's like if she could talk to her or if she did talk to her again, she'd probably curse her the fuck out is what I'm seeing. Ooh. Eight of Swords. This is definitely giving me an energy of like a fight or like an act of violence. With the Eight of Swords, Kelsey could feel very bad or very, very guilty. Okay, again, the very first card I had was envy and jealousy. Okay, so it's like she doesn't wish her any harm. She doesn't wish her any bad, but I feel like she's not happy with her either. It's like that relationship is completely dead. It's over with. It's done. But Kelsey feels very bad and she feels very guilty about something here. Eight of Swords. This can also represent insecurity, feeling stuck or feeling trapped. She felt like Megan was very controlling is what I'm seeing here as well. But she'd be feeling bad or guilty about something she did to her. Okay, Seven of Wands. Very guarded, very defensive. Okay, and I got the same energy when I read with her and Glorilla. Like, Glorilla also didn't think Megan was a good friend. Kelsey is also acknowledging that here as well in this reading, allegedly, that she felt like Megan really wasn't that good of a friend. You know? So it's like she feels bad about something, but then it's also like, I'm just, like, I've been over you. I don't know. Knight of Swords is like frustration, aggression. Okay. Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's like she gets in her feelings when it comes to her. What is Queen of Cups about? Queen of Cups can be emotionally manipulative sometimes as well. Yeah, Five of Swords. There it is. Jealousy, envy, competition, manipulation. I just said that, like emotionally manipulative. A manipulation card comes out. Mind games, trickery. Okay. Five of Swords can also be self-sabotage. Defeat, a bully. She feels like Megan was a bully to her. Knight of Cups. In the World, yeah, the relationship is over, the friendship is done. Knight of Cups in the reverse again. Okay, I was gonna flip it upright, but the fact that it's showing up in reverse again, manipulation. So she definitely feels like Megan is very manipulative, a bully. I'm hearing like, I don't know why I was even friends with her for this long in the first place, because I knew how she was. That's kind of the energy I get from her, from Kelsey. So it's like she feels bad about something here with her. But in the same breath, it's like, I don't wish her any bad. I don't wish her any harm, but I don't want nothing to do with that girl. You know, she really hurt me. Three of Swords. And considering what they're accusing you of out here, Kelsey, I'm just surprised you haven't said anything to defend yourself. Definitely like a crime of passion is what I feel like this was, for sure. You know? Yeah, a lot of stubborn energy. King of Pentacles showing up again, and the Queen of Swords. That would be her. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, the Aquarius, Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is a karmic lesson for sure. The Lovers, this whole relationship with Megan, Tori, all of that was a giant fucking karmic lesson that she is suffering the consequences of for not learning the lesson, basically. Okay, but yeah, I feel like she's very, you know, she cut her off. They don't speak like at all, is what I'm seeing. Maybe back then they were, but at this current time, no. Because I don't want to say she didn't like Megan, but it's like she saw her for who she was a long time ago. And it's almost as if Kelsey kind of regrets being her friend for as long as she did, or letting Megan get away with as much as she did and still being her friend or whatever. Okay? It kind of feels like she's putting a lot of the blame on Megan in a way, but okay, but there is something here that Kelsey is holding on to that she feels very bad about with this Eight of Swords. It creates a lot of paranoia and a lot of stress for her. Okay, but at the same time, I get from Kelsey, it's like, you weren't a good friend to me anyway. Like, you were a bully to me. You made me feel low about myself a lot. And that seems to be a kind of a reoccurring energy I get with Megan too. Like, kind of being, like, thinking she's better than everybody she's around almost. But yeah, you know, this is not a good energy to be asking about your ex-best friend of 6, 7, 8 years, right? But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So I wish her all the best. I'm going to tap out of this energy because it's almost very draining at this point. So I definitely wish her all the best. I hope you guys enjoyed this, or you guys were able to take something from this in one way, shape, or form. I appreciate you guys so much for being here, for tapping in with me. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let me know what you know. I love to interact with you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.